All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new Talking and Grubbing live stream. How's everybody doing on this final day of 2020? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. You know, in a few more hours, we'll be in the year 2021. See some people already here in the live stream. OG, what's up, man? How you doing? Intelligent Cycle, what's up? How y'all doing? Kobe dropped 81, said Happy New Year's QC. Can't be in here too long, I understand. Happy New Year to all of y'all. All right, Happy New Year to everybody that's in this watching this live stream, whether you watch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope. Excuse me. Hey, Miss Shelena, I'm doing good. How you doing? I just got your email. I just got your email right before I came on here. Intelligent Cycle said, Happy New Year, QC. We almost at the finish line of this god-awful year. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are right there. Hey, Mark. How you doing? Thanks for coming. All right, I'm here tonight to do a little recap on the year that was 2020. Now, we all definitely had some plans. Mark, Happy New Year to you too. Now, we definitely all had some plans. We didn't anticipate 2020 to go like this. You know, as we all know, a lot of things got, messed up in our lives due to COVID. We've had a lot of people who were infected by this virus, as some people have unfortunately passed away. And we still have to fight this virus as we go into 2021 because, as the reports say, there's a new strand out that's even worse than the first one. Intelligent Cycle, you said god awful year. I will speak for everyone. Yeah. Intelligent Cycle at Miss Shelena. Hey, what's up? I'm good for now. Miss Shelena at Intelligent Cycle. I'm okay. Well, I'm glad everybody's doing okay and doing good that's on here. So, what do y'all, definitely want to know, what do y'all expect from 2021? Or what do y'all hope to get accomplished in 2021 that y'all didn't get accomplished in 2020? Okay, OG says, Miss Shelena, I'm good. Thanks. Hope you and yours are blessed. Definitely wish that for you and yours that's watching this live stream or whoever watches the playback. You know, just like COVID messed up everything in our personal lives, it also definitely affected sports. But before I get into that, definitely got to get into one of the biggest tragedies of the year in sports. That starts with Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the 6 other people who tragically perished in that helicopter crash. Now, when I first got the news, I was still in on vacation in Las Vegas when my brother had called and told me, because this happened on his birthday. And at first I couldn't believe it, but then as soon as I put on the news, on ESPN, that's when it hit me, because that was just so sudden. Marky said, less Trump, more love. OG, we all want to do over on 2020, especially me. There was definitely some things I wanted to do in 2020 that I didn't get to do. I definitely want to hit that reset button on 2020. Definitely want to hit a reset on 2020. Because there's, like I said, there's a lot of things we did not get a chance to do due to this COVID. But yeah, that was definitely shocking, so suddenly that Kobe and his daughter and those 6 other people ended up dying in that helicopter crash. That was just so shocking. That was just sad. That affected everybody, whether you were into sports or not into sports. Intelligent Cycle, you said, what is your plans and goals for the upcoming year for yourself, QC? Myself, I'm going to try to build up the podcast. I'm finna start very soon. All right, Intelligent Cycle, good luck with that. All right, good luck. Please let me know when you started, because I definitely want to listen. Definitely want to hear that podcast. So I can't wait to hear. Definitely can't wait to hear that. Well, what's my plans and goals? Definitely want to get this channel up. Definitely want to start posting more content again. Also, hopefully I can start memberships in 2021. I'm in the process of working on that now. Getting content together for that. Also, hopefully, what I originally wanted to do in 2020 was get out on the road a little bit more and do some videos. So definitely hope in 2021 I can accomplish that. And hope this COVID definitely starts to curve in the year 2021. All right, Miss Shalane, you hope to buy a house in 2021. All right now. All right, that's real good. That's a great goal. If you do, I want an invitation to the housewarming party. But yeah, Miss Shalane, I definitely hope you can buy it. I definitely hope you can get your house. Definitely hope you can get your house. And also another thing, I definitely hope this coronavirus can be, start to be curbed so we can get back to some normalcy. I know it's definitely not going to be the same once, we can get back to normal and we ain't really got to wear these face masks as much. But I just want some type of normalcy, just some type of normalcy in 2021. And hope more people come together. But that's going to be a hard thing to accomplish because, unfortunately, Trumpism is here to stay for a while. It is here to stay for a while. That man definitely got a lot of people riled up under his presidency. So that's going to be deep in the fabric of this country for a while. Intelligent Cycle said, falling up here, more shocking deaths. Chadwick Boseman, Tommy Tiny Lister, yep, aka Debo, Natalie Giselle, Ecstasy from Houdini, Little Richard, Alex Trebek, yep. Yeah, there was a lot of people that passed away in 2020 Intelligent Cycle. Chadwick Boseman, that was another shocking one. That was very shocking because nobody knew he was sick. Ecstasy from Houdini, who just passed last week. His death was shot. His passing was all of a sudden. Tiny Lister, aka Debo, his passing was a big shock. Alex Trebek, his was kind of different because at least we knew he was sick. We knew he was battling cancer. But these other few deaths were just shocking. Also, another sudden death in 2020. Naya Rivera, you know, old girl from Glee. You know, she ended up passing all of a sudden. But yeah, a lot of these passings were just so sudden. Yeah, we definitely lost some legends and some icons here in 2020 Intelligence Cycle, whether they were in sports or not in sports. You know, a lot of these people were just a part of our lives. And they brought a lot of joy and entertainment to us for the past 20, 30 years. Micheline, you said, are you on the list for the you are on the list for the housewarming party? Oh, thank you. OG said COVID exposed the two-party system as a complete failure. That's true. Definitely. It's definitely showing the erosion of the two-party system. I gotta agree with that, OG. Definitely. And they're going to erode themselves from the inside out. Micheline, you said, well, Intelligence Cycle, you said I was heartbroken about Chadwick Boseman. Man, I was shocked over Chadwick Boseman. Because that passing was just so sudden. And the way he passed, you know, you might think he might have passed from, say, heart attack or maybe natural causes, but coming to find out he was battling colon cancer, nobody knew it. That was a shock to everybody. And another amazing thing is he was still working while battling colon cancer. So that was a bad dude. Battling colon cancer, and he still managed to make these last few movies before he passed. Yep, OG, you're right. Pop culture, sports, and politics are all intertwined. They always will be. They're always going to be intertwined. Very intertwined. You know, with COVID, like I said, it definitely limited the movie industry. A lot of the movies that were supposed to come out this year in 2020, all of them either had to be streamed. Well, all of them had to be streamed, but the ones that were lucky enough to get to theaters, they had to be put out basically in limited release because very few theaters were open. And that definitely blew up a lot. And that definitely blew up sites like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, all the streaming sites, because that's where you had to go if you wanted to watch all your movies. Also, we got it. Also, you know, documentaries like The Last Dance, they had to be put out early as opposed to later, because The Last Dance, which I'm going to be doing a marathon for Saturday, that was originally supposed to air in June to coincide with the NBA Finals. But, you know, since nobody was sure if the NBA season would resume, they had to put it out in April. So we got that sooner as opposed to later. As a matter of fact, while the first few episodes of The Last Dance aired, they weren't even finished editing the final 2 episodes. So they had to hurry up quickly and finish, you know, doing all the editing and all the production to the last 2 episodes, to the final 2 episodes. And Intelligence Cycle at Miss Shelena, I'm still heartbroken about it. If you seen his last performance in the Ma Rainey movie, that will shook you up to the core. He gave it his all. I definitely want to sit down and watch Ma Rainey. I heard it's a pretty good movie. I'm definitely gonna probably watch that. Hopefully tomorrow. Michelin, you said an Intelligent Cycle. Yes, I watched because of him. Definitely. Now, also with the pandemic, we definitely had a lot of social justice issues out here, especially the police brutality that went on with people like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Rashard Brooks, and a lot of other names. Also, can't forget about Ahmaud Arbery, even though, the guys that killed him were not police officers, but still, there was still a lot of social injustice going on through this pandemic as well. And a lot of athletes became more vocal about it. As y'all know, the NBA, when they resumed with the bubble, they put Black Lives Matter on the court. They had, they gave the players the option to put social justice messages on their jerseys. Most opted to, others didn't. But you had a lot of players, head coaches, being outspoken about these issues. Michelin, you ask anyone getting engaged or married having a baby in 2021? I don't think so. Are you getting any of those things in 2021, Miss Shalana? This inquiry mind wants to know. Oh man, definitely want to know. But and of course, it definitely sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of debate whether athletes should be involved in social issues, whether athletes should, be doing such things as kneeling during the national anthem, which, as that conversation has been going on since Colin Kaepernick started that a few years ago while he was still the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. And that definitely brought a major divide. I also did a podcast on it, right after, not too long after the NBA finals ended, because a lot of people felt that that's why the ratings went down for the NBA, because of them, doing all those things. But I disagree. I don't think it went down because of that. I think it went down because of timing, because the NBA bubble, the NBA started back around August, with the bubble. And also you had the NFL starting back up. You had college football. You had tennis coming back, late, because they shut down over the pandemic, as well as golf. Intelligent Cycle, you said Ahmaud Arbery down in Atlanta, protest down there, absolute mess down in that city several months back. Yeah, I was about to get into that Intelligent Cycle. Oh, gee, you said, thank God I'm old, my wife and I can't have no more kids. Oh man. Oh man. But a lot of people who were against the athletes being vocal about these issues, use the term go woke, go broke. But that's not what it is, because I looked at the ratings for golf as well as tennis. Those ratings were down as well. And those are the least non-woke sports, in the world. You didn't see a lot of those golfers or tennis players taking a knee. Miss Chalet, you said no. with a whole bunch of exclamation points. Okay. But excuse me. But I mean, I look at it, they had a right to address those issues. You know? If we, and I know some of y'all disagree, saying that politics should just be off the court and off the field, should just be all about the game. Well, if that's the case, then you had some of these athletes that were openly endorsing Trump. Nobody told them to shut up and dribble, or they should just stick to sports. Matter of fact, you had folks praising them. Well, no, I'm not gonna say they were praising, but still, a lot of them were silent, and we all know why, because they agree with Trump as well. But as Intelligent Cycle was saying, well, not just with Ahmaud Arbery, but especially when, the murder of George Floyd, that video hit all over social media and all over the airwaves. That just upset a lot of people. It broke a lot of people's hearts. A lot of people were in tears, and it was just a lot of uprisings all over the country. Of course, it started in the Twin Cities, in Minneapolis and St. Paul, respectively, and then it just spread like wildfire all over the country. California, they did uprisings in Beverly Hills and Santa Monica. You never heard them doing any of that stuff there. My hometown, Cleveland, all over. They just went off all over downtown Cleveland. I mean, they broke windows, also looted businesses. They broke windows out of the Justice Center, which is the main courthouse here in Cleveland. KOG said, I agree, pro athletes should use their platform for social justice. Definitely. They should definitely use their platform for social justice. It's funny that back then, a lot of people felt that athletes weren't vocal enough. But now, you had athletes like LeBron, Colin Kaepernick, Steph Curry, so on, and many other athletes that have been vocal on social justice issues. Now, everybody wants them to shut up. Miss Shalane, you said, I agree too, but not on the field or court. But here's my thing, though. And this goes back to Colin Kaepernick when he started kneeling. Okay, that man wasn't doing anything wrong to anybody. He was just taking a peaceful protest. It was the cameras that put it on him. He wasn't doing that for any attention. They decided to make it news. And also the NFL messed up because they could have put out a memo to all the networks that air the games, like CBS, NBC, ESPN, NFL Network, not to show it. But they decided not to. Now, the NBA, I got my disagreements with them on some things, but they are a little more progressive when it comes to athletes, taking a stand on social issues. And just basically basically not getting in their way. The NFL is not like that. They are definitely not like that at all. You still got a lot of straight up conservatives that own those NFL teams. Primarily Jerry Jones. He's like the model of that. Okay. Intelligent Cycle, you said downtown in Indianapolis, protesters were in an uproar over the George Floyd murder. Definitely. Just like they were up here in Cleveland. What's up, Solo Dolo? How you doing? I agree. You said athletes should use their platform and also support their communities. Agree. Oh yeah, Miss Shalane. I definitely saw the videos of all the stuff that went down in Chicago, especially downtown. They just went off all over downtown Chicago, especially Magnificent Mile. They went straight loose on Magnificent Mile. Miss Shalane, Solo Dolo, hello, how are you? OG, you said Muhammad Ali forfeited his heavyweight titles and served time for his beliefs. The 68 Olympics has the most iconic photo of the two brothers saluting the Black Power. Oh yeah, with the Black Power fist and the Panthers. Yeah, that's let me make sure I get their names correct. That's John Carlos and Tommy Smith. I always remember John Carlos. I always forget the other one's name. So yep, that's Tommy Smith and John Carlos. Solo Dolo, salute, fam. Salute back to you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And also another reason why the ratings were down for the bubble is because a lot of people didn't like the overall pace and presentation of the games. A lot, and I'll admit, the whole look of the bubble, it did kind of look like you were playing. It looked like you were playing in a boys and girls club in any city across America. Okay, and also the virtual fans, as all y'all saw my NBA live streams during the bubble, they all look creepy, especially when they showed the close-ups. Those virtual fans look way too creepy. Very creepy. So adult Miss Shalana, hello. That's another reason why ratings went down. Nobody liked the pace and the overall look of the game. Let's keep it real. A lot of defense was not played in these games. We saw a lot of NBA All-Star game type scores most of these games. And also, many people weren't really focused on sports like that. I mean, look at the MLB. Their ratings were way down when they came back in July. Matter of fact, their ratings were down all the way to the World Series. Let me check the World Series ratings. Yep, their ratings dropped to 32% below previous World Series. So, this pandemic affected sports all the way around. It wasn't because, whichever athletes decided to express their feelings on social justice or them taking a knee or having messages on their jerseys. It was because, like I said, a lot of stuff was going on at the time. I mean, we had just really gotten adjusted to this pandemic. Also, we had a lot of social injustice going on in this country. No one was thinking about sports. I mean, well, I had to, focus on because this is what my channel does. So, but I don't know if I would have really been focused on it if I wasn't doing this channel. So, though you say, yeah, I lost interest in sports. Yeah, I understand. A lot of people have, especially throughout this year. A lot of people lost interest in sports because, a lot of people were in quarantine for months at a time. A lot of people got the $600 per week, but once that ran out, a lot of people didn't know what they were going to do next. And it's not, and I'm not blaming the NBA, for what they were trying to do. I understood they were trying to, uplift the spirit, was trying to uplift people's spirits, but a lot of people just weren't feeling it. In my opinion, the NBA should have just stayed shut down for the rest of the year and came back, later on this year. Cleveland CBI wish. Oh man, get the hell out of here. You getting out. We ain't have it. We ain't about to, we ain't playing that game, Cleveland BCI. No. Because you got some people glorifying Kyle Rittenhouse, who's a damn minor who had who shouldn't have had a daggone gun, going around killing people and maiming people. Well, maiming one person, excuse me. But you don't want to have that conversation. That's got to get blocked right there. KOG, you said NHL, NBA, NFL were all playing at the same time. Exactly. You just had a big cluster of sports. It was just hard to, get people, to grab people's attention. Also, you had Major League Baseball playing at the same time too, as well as college football. That's another reason why ratings in sports were down so much, because they all basically came back at the same time. NHL came back first, then the MLB, then the NBA, and then the NFL came back, on time with their season. So it was just, how can I put it? It was just one big log jam of sports, and the people are only gonna focus on one thing at a time. And most people were just focused on football because it was the NFL, it was NFL season, as well as college football season. Ooh, excuse me. So leagues like the NHL, NBA, MLB, they're all going to suffer. Solo Dolo, you asked me, you think the Lakers will repeat? They got a great chance of repeating. They got a great chance. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but they got a great chance. They made some major upgrades in the offseason, adding people like, Schroeder, as well as Wesley Matthews, like that signing. He's an upgrade over Danny Green. Schroeder, he's a nice upgrade over Rondo. And also Marc Gasol is definitely a great upgrade over Dwight Howard. So definitely like how the Lakers strengthened not only their start lineup, but they strengthened their bench. So they got a great chance to repeat. Definitely got a great chance to repeat. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Matter of fact, I gotta step away for a minute. I'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, I'm back, y'all. Had to get me some water. Woo. I know some of y'all said we ain't come to see you watch. We ain't come to watch you drink no water. Okay, Miss Shalane, you said you want to go on the road. Will you visit every NFL stadium and record a podcast? Well, actually, you mentioned it before this COVID hit. That was one of the main things I wanted to do over the summer, but it was not to visit NFL stadiums. I was planning on visiting some MLB stadiums. But unfortunately, COVID knocked that plan, definitely blocked that plan. But if they're letting more fans in next year, I would definitely want to go to some NFL stadiums. I always wanted to go to Soldier Field, Lambeau Field. Where else? Always been curious about Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. So definitely had plans on, doing a video series of my visits to those stadiums. But unfortunately, Corona definitely canceled those plans. Also, I wanted to travel around, do restaurants here in the city of Cleveland and hopefully do a couple of restaurants out of town. See, this COVID definitely knocked out plans for a lot of people, especially me. Because I definitely had planned on doing that in 2020. So hopefully I can do that in 2021. That's definitely a main goal of mine. OG said Magic off to a 4-1 start. Hope they keep the momentum. Yeah. That's impressive. That's real impressive that they're off to that start. Definitely hope they can do good too. Say I hope you get to make it. Thank you, Solo Dolo. Solo Dolo, where are you? Which area are you in? I remember you mentioned it before, but I forgot. I just want to just blurt out anything and get it wrong. So tell me again, which area are you in? So, though you asked me, you think the Browns making the playoffs? They got a great chance. They got a great chance to do it Sunday against the Steelers. If they beat the Steelers, they're in. So they got a great chance. All they got to do, if they beat the Steelers, they're in. So, Mr. Land, Solo Dolo, I hope so. Okay, you in the South. Okay, you in the South. All right. Also, another thing that happened in 2021 sports-wise, we saw the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl, their first in 50 years. Pat Mahomes definitely did his thing in the comeback against the 49ers. He ended up being named the Super Bowl MVP. So, do y'all think the Chiefs can repeat? Or do you think a team like the Bills can dethrone them? I want to know y'all thoughts in the chat. Do y'all think the Chiefs will repeat as Super Bowl champs, or do you think, somebody like the Bills, because the Bills, they definitely been hot these last few weeks. Do you think the Bills can definitely dethrone them? Because I definitely think the Bills can give them a run for their money, especially the way Josh Allen's been playing. Yeah, definitely, Miss Shelana. You said hopefully the Taste of Chicago will be back for 2021. I hope so too. Definitely, because I definitely want to get back there. Get back there, and I want to stay for more days because I wanted to go. There were some concerts I wanted to go to while I was there, but didn't get a chance to see them. Okay, Solo Doe, you think the Chiefs can repeat? Like I said, they got a great chance of repeating, but I mean, you gotta watch out for these Bills, man. These Bills are coming. They are definitely coming. They've been hot these last few weeks. And Josh Allen's looking more like an MVP candidate every week. They got a great chance of repeat, but it won't be easy. Definitely won't be easy. Last year they did have a more easier route, but this year it's going to be harder for them to get back to the Super Bowl. Now, also, we know COVID is definitely, especially in the NFL, either a limited amount of fans can go to these games or they're having no fans at all. OG, you said Bills and Packers are probably the biggest obstacles for the Chiefs repeating. Definitely agree. But also, you also, I would say I would put the Saints as that dark horse, but the only problem is, man, their defense is suspect. To me, it is. Their defense is suspect. And same with the Seahawks. Their defense is very suspect. And also, I forgot to mention, not too long after that Super Bowl title, Mahomes definitely secured the bag with that $500 million extension, boy. So he's definitely gonna be making some major loot for a long period of time. But also back to the fans and how COVID has affected them attending the games. Like I said with the NFL, either some stadiums are allowing a limited amount of fans, or some stadiums are not letting any fans into the games. Now, I just read earlier today, the Bills, they're going to allow about over 6,000 fans for, their playoff game coming up in the next couple weeks. The Browns and the Bengals. The governor of Ohio allowed only 12,000 fans to be at these games throughout the season. And the NBA, same thing. Some arenas are letting fans in, some aren't letting fans in. Excuse me. I think with the Cavs, they're only letting about no more than 3,000 come in for the games. Now, I know this year was definitely a downer for a lot of us, but was there anything that do y'all feel anything positive came out of this year for you personally? I want to know in the chat. Because definitely a few things came out, definitely came positive for me this year, despite everything that went down, especially with this COVID. This year, finally got the courage to start my own podcast. It's on anchor.fm called Unadulterated. That comes on every week, y'all. I'm going to be posting a new episode this Sunday. Matter of fact, let me give y'all the link. And also, you can listen to it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. I have been wanting to start my own podcast for a while, but could never get the courage to do it. Excuse me. But this year I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to step out on faith and do it. And I'm glad I did. So there's the link to the podcast if you want to take a listen. Also, I definitely had fun doing all the NBA live streams in the bubble. Excuse me. OG said, what's your take on Tyson Holyfield agreed to strap it on after watching Tyson and Jones? I think they should leave it alone. That could be interesting. The only thing I hope that Tyson don't try to bite Holyfield's ear off again. But I mean, I gotta admit, despite the fact that Tyson and Roy Jones, are in their 50s, that was still, and it was a glorified sparring session. It was pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I was entertained by it. Now, if it's in that same format, OG, I wouldn't mind it. But if they're talking about, doing a knuckle down regular 15 round fight, then no. That's good, Solo Dolo. You gained a better perspective on life. That's great. Oh, gee, you a fool. You said most time I spent with my wife and we haven't killed each other. Well, that is a good right thing, because a lot of domestic violence and spousal killings did go up during this COVID, because that was the first time a lot of married couples had to spend with each other for long periods of time, and they just couldn't stand each other. It was like some War of the Roses type stuff. If y'all ever seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, I appreciate that, Miss Shalane. You discovered my channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I feel loved. OG, LOL. These fools are already shooting. Ain't even midnight yet. They already shooting. But like I said, I enjoyed doing all the, NBA bubble live streams, bringing that to y'all. It was a joy to do the games that I could. It was fun doing the NBA finals. Excuse me. That was a pretty good series. That was still a good series between the Heat and between the Lakers and the Heat. Thank you, Solo Dolo. You said thank you for the super chat. You said I hope Myles Garrett busts Mason Rudolph on Sunday. CLE for the win. I hope he busts him too. Not with a helmet. But definitely, I want them to get this win. I want to see my Browns in the playoffs. It's been 17 years. That's been too long. It's overdue. Gotta knock on wood. But also, one of my favorite videos that I did in 2020 was the 10th anniversary of the decision. As all y'all, this July was the 10th year anniversary of the decision of LeBron announcing that he was leaving Cleveland, going to Miami, in that classic, infamous special, The Decision. And I enjoyed doing that video because I finally got out the feelings that I had kept in for the past 10 years about it. Had some in my eye. But and also a lot of people at the time felt that people were upset of him leaving. And it wasn't about him leaving, it was about how it was done. And also, I got a chance to finally tell how I felt about it after all these years. Him leaving Cleveland, going back to Miami, then coming back to Cleveland, winning the Cavs a title. And I realized that, everything worked out for a reason, because if it hadn't happened, then there wouldn't have been no Kyrie, no Tristan, no Kevin, no Andrew Wiggins turned into Kevin Love, and no championship. Oh, thank you, Miss Shalane. You said 2021 will be a great year for you. I really hope so. I definitely think it's going to be a great year, but thank you. But not only just get my feelings out, but get the feelings that us folks here in Cleveland was feeling at that time. Because For those I know for those of y'all who don't live here, a lot of y'all just got the ESPN side of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody ever really got the Cleveland side of it. Yeah, of course, you had, the folks that was burning the jerseys and whatnot. And I definitely don't, hey, I don't agree with it, but hey, that's their money. If they wanted to burn them, that was on them. I never had a LeBron jersey. So, but that was just such a joy to do that video, to finally get it all out, after all that time. And just looking back on to, to where it not began. Well, yeah, to where it began and to where we are now. Well, where I am now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to front at that time. I was upset over the fact, the way he left. It's like, come on. We supported you all these years and you just going to do that to us on national TV? But then, I took, for a minute, it took me a minute to really get back into basketball again. Because of that, that left just such a bad taste in my mouth. It's like, I don't want nothing to do with basketball for a minute. Solo Dolo, you said Cleveland was looking like the crazy ex-girlfriend after a breakup when LeBron left. That was certain Clevelanders, not all Clevelanders. That was certain Clevelanders looking like that. But I get what you're saying. You talking about the ones that did all the jersey burning. But Solo Dolo, if LeBron, this is just my take on it. If LeBron would have just came out and said he was leaving, he was gone, 9 times out of 10, I don't think you would see that. You would have saw that reaction from Cleveland. I mean, you still would have had people, saying things and doing some things, but I think it would have been a lot more lower than what it ended up being. But some people do irrational things when when they're in the moment and when you're not thinking straight. Say, I understand it was basically treason. But I think if LeBron would have just handled it better the first time, I don't think you get that reaction from Cleveland. And he even looked back on it, on how he handled it. I think he even admitted that he messed up on how he handled it, because he definitely handled the second departure a lot better the second time than he did the first time. Now, I definitely didn't agree with Dan Gilbert writing that letter. Definitely didn't agree with that, because that definitely kind of ended up cementing his reputation as an owner. Hey, Tiffany, Happy New Year. How you doing? Thank you. But yeah, that's definitely a video I have been wanting to do for a long time. Thank you. I'm glad you like the background. At first, I was going to do the video a little bit after I started my channel, but I decided I was going to wait until the 10th year anniversary to finally do it. And, you know, and it was also a hard video to get through because, you know, that's 10 years of emotions and reactions that I had to look back on. You know? Because now LeBron just turned 36 yesterday. I'm 37. So I'm a year older than LeBron. And so I was what? So I was 27 when he left, and he was 25 going on 26. And I just realized, and you know, so we were both young. So as he had, you know, he matured as a player, I had to mature as a fan. OG said the term fan is short for fanatical. Every country on the planet enjoys sports and sometimes goes overboard. It's a mental release, a timeout from the trials and tribulations of life. Oh, most definitely. 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 Super user, happy new year to you too. How you doing? So OG, if Tom Brady retires after, you know, the playoffs, are you gonna celebrate his departure by burning his jersey? But then, you know, like I said, after LeBron did that move to Miami, it took me a minute before I could get back into basketball. So I just had to decide that, hey, I'm just going to just sit back and enjoy the game. And that's what made my life as a basketball fan a lot better. Just sitting back and enjoying the game. Super Hughes, you said Bron the GOAT. All right, that's your opinion. You entitled to that. You know, and also at that time he made the best move that was right for him and his family. Because, like I said, everything works itself out. You know, he went down to Miami for those few years, you know, won back-to-back NBA titles. Then he came back to Cleveland, especially against all odds, because let's keep it real. A lot of people did not think LeBron would come back to Cleveland for anything. But he came back and he won a championship for the Cavs in the most historical way. Well, thank you. Yes, I'm still young at 37. I know you root against Brady, but I'm just saying, once he say whenever he retires, are you gonna get a jersey just so you can burn his jersey or shred it? Just to say good riddance. Miss Atlanta, yes, goodbye time. No, y'all didn't. But man, I mean, I don't really do rankings on videos that I put out. But if I did, that decision 10th anniversary video is definitely in the top 10. You know, that was definitely something personal for me. You know, as a Cleveland sports fan, to look back on, to just look back on, gain a lot and excuse me, and look back on all the perspective that I gained within those 10 years. And also finally got a chance to say what I've been feeling because, I have some relatives that are big LeBron fans. And they were definitely cheering for him hard when he was down in Miami. Matter of fact, a few, my aunt, my uncle, some of my cousins came up here when the Heat were in the finals the second time against the Spurs. This was the first time the Heat went against the Spurs. Oh, one of my cousins, we had a little watch party here at my house. One of my cousins was cheering hard for the Heat. She was cheering hard, boy. And man, a little bit before that, my own auntie called me a traitor. She was like, "You a traitor?" I said, "Auntie, how am I a traitor?" Because I was rude. Because I was rooting against LeBron and more like rooting against LeBron. I wasn't really rooting against the Heat. It was more rooting against LeBron. Yeah, that was shady. OG, him taking that PPP money and buying some crap with it. Now, if he would have took that PPP money and put it to good use, I wouldn't have knocked him. But you buying, this lavish stuff, and you got people out here still struggling through this pandemic. Matter of fact, there's still some people that ain't even back at work yet. That's an insult. You said you said you you said you might get a Brady jersey and destroy it. Okay, Solo Dolo, you a Spurs fan? Okay, all right. So I know y'all definitely was happy when y'all beat the Heat in 2014. Y'all was too happy. But yeah, I still crack up over that. My own aunt called me a traitor because I was rooting against LeBron. She talking about y'all was burning all those jerseys. I had to tell her, I said, Auntie, I wasn't down the street burning jerseys. That was those other people. And I didn't agree with it, like I said, but that's their money. If they want to burn the jersey, let them burn it. Like for those of y'all that saw Straight Outta Compton, remember the scene where NWA was pulling into the arena for one of their concerts and people were protesting their music, destroying their CDs, and they had a bulldozer running over their CDs. And Easy was like, "Hey, they can do what they want. They paid for them." Well, he didn't say it in those words. I'm just paraphrasing, but still, I guess that's how LeBron feels. Hey, if they want to burn it, they paid for it. OG said, I remember watching the Mariana Kozar shootout. Oh, Marino and Kozar shootouts in the 80s. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those were some good games between the Dolphins and Browns. Miss Lane, you asked OG, are you a Dolphins fan? All right, y'all. I got to step away for a moment again. I'll be right back. So don't go away. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. Now, also, you know, looking back on the decision at the time, a lot of people assumed that LeBron just didn't like the city of Cleveland, because he left there. But athletes leave cities every day. Look at AD. He got traded out of New Orleans, but ain't nobody saying New Orleans sucked. I mean, New Orleans sucks because AD left. But LeBron's issue was with Dan Gilbert and the Cavs organization at that time. And I think, and as I said in my video, I think he let that anger towards them just, get the best of him. Excuse me. And that's what led him to mishandling the decision. OG said he's a Bucks fan except for the fact that Brady is the QB. OG said I met Lee Croy. Yeah, I remember you saying you met Lee Croy Sam, but you didn't say you met Doug Williams. Oh man, you left that out. Oh, Doug Williams. Bitch, later at OG Brady should retire after this season. When got me a Reese's. Oh, it's upside down. When got me a Reese's Klondike bar. And that was definitely the reason why he came back. He came back for the fans, even though he still had those issues with Gilbert. And him finally coming back and winning the championship with Cleveland, that was definitely the biggest accomplishment of his career. And that's including the 2 titles in Miami and this most recent one with the Lakers. No matter how many titles LeBron wins, it will never, ever outdo the championship he won for Cleveland. Because he did it for home and he did it in a historical way against a historically great team. It's a good Klondike bar. But this Corona's definitely hit the NFL hard as well. Throughout the season, we've had multiple reports of multiple players on different teams, either testing positive for COVID or having to be on the COVID list due to coming in close contact. Yes, it was, Solo Dolo. The Cleveland championship win was beyond epic. Yes, it was. OG said another shot of whiskey for me. But yeah, Solo Dolo, it was. I mean, not even a Hollywood screenwriter could write that story. Super U said Dwayne Haskins out there losing his job and being dumb. Another Budweiser for me. All right. All right. Some of y'all kicking off the New Year's celebration a little bit early. Understand that. All right, Miss Chalet, another 7-Up for me. All right. Okay. Definitely. Definitely can get with that. Just checking something here. But yeah, Dwayne Haskins definitely shouldn't have been out there, strip club without a mask, and especially on social media. He was already skating on thin ice with Washington. But that goes to show you how immature he was. And I always said this, I was talking to Kenny of Opinion But Facts. Y'all need to check out his channel. It's a great channel. We were talking about this last night. And some of these players, I understand they want to get their money, they want to put themselves in better position to take care of themselves and their families. But a lot of these players, whether it's especially college football and basketball players, a lot of these players are not mature enough to handle being in these leagues. They're not mature enough. They're young, plus they get all this money that a lot of them ain't never had before, and some of them just go crazy. And I was telling Kenny that some of these players definitely need to stay at college for a little while longer. In my opinion, with Haskins, I think he should have stayed another year at Ohio State. He should have. Solo Dolo 7-Up, LOL. What's up, Rich? How you doing? Happy New Year. Solo Dolo 7-Up, that's cute. Chalet, you asked me what are your plans tonight? Nothing. I'm just gonna stay in the house, watch the ball drop, and celebrate 2021. Is LeBron on your Mount Rushmore? OG asked me. Not right now. Could he ever be? He has a chance, but right now, no. Not yet. If he can get another ring or two, he could definitely be up on that Mount Rushmore. But not just yet. He's getting close. Richie said, Happy New Year. Thank you, homie. But yeah, some players would benefit staying at least 3 years in college before they get drafted, because the money's always going to be there. But some of these players, they're not mature enough to handle being professional athletes. And who knows, with Haskins, there could have been people in his ear telling him, not to do this or make certain decisions. He didn't listen. So we got to take it, we definitely got to take that into account. Okay, Super User, you asked me who's on my Mount Rushmore. Okay, right now would be Magic, Jordan, Kareem, and Tim Duncan. Save New Year. Understand, Miss Shalana, you too. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot a point guard. Now that's where it gets tricky on the point guard. Real tricky. Who can I put there at point guard? Well, no, wait a minute. Magic is a point guard. My mistake. I meant small forward. That's where it gets tricky. Yeah, Solo Dolo, Tim Duncan doesn't get enough respect at all. I mean, because he wasn't flashy. Even though, man, I always like when he hit that bank shot. I used to love when Timmy used to hit that bank shot. That was my favorite shot from him. It was that bank shot. Or some of his moves, like the move he did on Reggie Jackson in the post of Game 6 of the 14 Western Conference Finals in overtime. How he just put the ball up and got the roll. Man, and Tim Duncan was what, 30? He could have been no more than what, 36, 37, and still could do a move like that. Man, I was impressed, man, watching that move. But Tim Duncan, a lot of people considered him boring. A lot of people thought he was just boring, because you really didn't see him on a lot of highlight reels. Just like and Russell Wilson's going through the same thing now. A lot of people consider him boring. And that man definitely should be getting a lot of MVP votes, but he don't get them. I mean, yeah, you got Mahomes, you got Aaron Rodgers doing his thing this year, you got Josh Allen doing his thing, but Russell Wilson should be in that conversation. But I always call Russell Wilson the Tim Duncan of the NFL. That's what he is to me, the Tim Duncan of the NFL. Okay, OG, that's a good one. Big O. Oh, yes, he is, Solo Dolo. He is a definite legend. And he's a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. He is a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. When it's all said and done, he will be a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. Yes, he will. But he definitely should have got more shine when he was playing. A lot more. Definitely. But this NBA season is going to be kind of interesting, to see how these teams going to stack up. As y'all may know, it's going to only be 72 games this year. Yeah, Patrick Ewing was definitely good, Rich. But man, but what messed up Ewing, besides not winning any championships, the injuries. If he wouldn't have got injured, so if Ewing wouldn't have had those injuries, he would have had a longer career. That's what messed up Patrick Ewing. That's what slowed him down. Because it seemed like he should have had a longer career, but those injuries messed with him. Oh yeah, Duncan was a very humble. Still is. He's still a humble dude. He's a very humble dude. He just went. Came on the court, did his job. And Duncan wasn't no big personality like, say, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Steph, or Shaq or D Wade. That wasn't in his nature. Tim Duncan just, got on the court, did his job, and that was that. And also got his teammates involved. I mean, oh yeah, I like Larry Bird, Miss Shalana. But I mean, I didn't really get a chance to see Larry Bird play because I was little. OG, you said, wasn't there some kind of scandal between Parker and Barry, something to do with each other's wives? Oh yeah. Yeah. Back when Tony Parker was married to Eva Longoria, Tony Parker ended up smashing Brent Barry's wife. He ended up messing around with Brent Barry's wife. That's what led to him and Eva Longoria getting a divorce. And that made me lose respect for Parker after that. I mean, come on. You gonna mess around with your teammate's wife? Come on, you an NBA player with all the groupies that throw themselves at you. You gonna smash your teammate's wife? Like, that's low, dude. Like, come on. You could get any woman you want. And let's keep it real. Eva Longoria, she was sexy when she was doing Desperate Housewives. You had one of the sexiest women in Hollywood that you were married to, and you gonna mess around with your teammate's wife? That's cold. That's real. That was real cold by what Tony Parker did to Brent Barry. Because a lot of dudes would end up kicking Tony Parker's behind. And Brent Barry should have whooped his ass. And nobody would have blamed him. Rich, you said David Robinson? Oh, yeah, definitely. The Admiral. Definitely. I don't think David Robinson didn't get the love he deserved. I think he should have got more love than what he did. Solo Dolo, you said yes, that was foul. That was definitely foul. That's very foul, man. You don't do that. That messes up the team. And that messes up the bond and the trust on the team. You doing something like that. Intelligent Soccer, you said, yeah, I heard about Parker smashing Barry's wife. Say back then, I'll say it again. He's wrong for that one. Definitely. Like I said, Brent Barry should have kicked his behind. Brent Barry definitely should have kicked his behind over that. Mr. Lane, you said no morals or principles. Exactly. Like, come on. Like, nah, I wouldn't mess with my teammate's wife. Even if she was coming on to me, I'd be like, no, I'm not messing with you. You married to my teammate. I can't be messing with you. Whether I'm married, dating, or single, I still wouldn't do it. So although he says Spurs and Pop are overlooked, oh, definitely. They're definitely overlooked, especially the Spurs. I always said this Solo Dolo. I've always called the Spurs the most underrated organization in all of sports. Because I mean, what, for 20 straight years, they had winning seasons, they were in the playoffs, you know, they got to at least they got to at least a good amount, at least over 10 conference finals. They won 5 NBA championships. You know, they got they got a Hall of Famer. They got 3 future Hall of Famers, including a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame GM. They are the most underrated organization in sports. You know, people always praise the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Patriots, the Bulls, the Celtics, the Lakers, most recently the Warriors, but the Spurs definitely need to be getting that more love as far as, you know, sports organizations. You know, Pop and RC Buford, they've done a great job of, you know, keeping that team together and keeping them in contention over these last 20 years. Now, you know, they're in the middle of a rebuild right now, but I could definitely see the Spurs contending within the next 5 to 6 years if they keep on continuing on the path that they are now. And Greg Popovich, he's definitely overlooked as a coach. You know, people talk about Phil, Red Auerbach, most recently Steve Kerr, who I think I think Steve Kerr is pretty overrated in my opinion. But I mean, Pop, he's definitely proven that he could develop players no matter what. I mean, look what he did with Kawhi. He basically turned. I mean, nobody had really heard of Kawhi. You know, when they made that trade with nobody knew who Kawhi was. I mean, come on. He turned that man to a star, a champion, and a finals MVP. And then, you know, got traded to another team and showed that he could lead a team to a championship. So I agree, Solo Dolo. The Spurs definitely need to get their just due far as sports organizations. And it's a shame that they haven't. But like I said, a lot of people feel the Spurs are too boring, especially with their style of play. A lot of people don't like the, you know, basically the right way of playing basketball. You know, sharing the ball, passing the ball, you know, passing up good shots for great shots, playing defense. You know, a lot of people like the run and gun basketball because that gets the highlights. You know, that's what makes Sports Center. Miss Shalane said the 1995 Houston Rockets. Definitely. That team definitely gets slept on. Matter of fact, I think those Rockets teams that won those championships get dogged because a lot of people always use, well, Michael Jordan retired. That's why they won. Michael Jordan retired. It's like, well, okay. Somebody had to win them. And the Rockets, they had some nice teams. I mean, yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon was their only star, but there were still some pretty good players on that team, like on those teams, like, you know, Kenny Smith, Otis Thorpe, Mario Elie. Then later they added Clyde Drexler to, you know, to go along with Olajuwon. That was a nice 1-2 punch right there. Now, if they would have teamed him and Dream up, say 3 or 4 years earlier, who knows what kind of run the Rockets could have went on. Yeah, Larry Johnson was good. He definitely didn't get, you know, he definitely didn't get his shine because I mean, look, he was playing against dudes like Shaq, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Alonzo Mourning. So Larry Johnson, he definitely got lost in the sauce, Rich. Yeah, the Jazz, they were pretty good, but they ended up running on Mike. They ended up, going up against Michael Jordan in the finals 2 years in a row. In my opinion, if they wouldn't have gone up against the Bulls in those finals, I think the Jazz would have won a championship or two. Because those teams that lost to the Bulls, those were some pretty good teams. But like I said, they just ran up on Michael Jordan. Intelligent Cycle, you asked me, what's your thoughts on Steph Curry and AI comparison? Who did you think was a better caliber player? Myself, I've always said AI because of the responsibility plus the hunger, lack thereof support, excuse me. Oh, it's AI. Now, don't get me wrong. Steph is a great shooter and all. And he's a nice passer, but AI was a better defender than Steph. He definitely could get after the ball. He definitely could get after the ball better than Steph. He was better at steals than Steph is. Yeah, now AI doesn't have the 3-point paralysis that Steph has, but he can still knock it down from the outside. And also, Steph definitely benefited from the help he had. With Clay, Draymond, and later KD. While, AI took a team with Eric Snow, Dikembe Mutombo, and Aaron McKee to the NBA Finals. And they won a game against, the Lakers, who were were basically undefeated coming into that finals. So, it's AI hands down. Intelligent Cycle, you say even if Jordan hadn't retired the first time, still believe Rockets or someone in 94, 95 would have won those rings. That's true. And, because I always, as a matter of fact, I did a video on it during when the Last Dance was airing, because a lot of people always say if Michael wouldn't have retired, then the Bulls would have won 8 straight championships. And I'm like, nah. I definitely think the Bulls would not have won 8 championships in a row. I thought they would have lose in 94, 95 too. Because that's humanly impossible. I mean, a lot of teams do not win those type of rings in a row because, when you go through that type of grind that the Bulls went through, 3 straight NBA finals, that takes a toll on your body and that takes a toll on your mind too. When you go on those type of runs because, training camp starts in September. So you going from September all the way to June. That's a 9-month grind, 10-month grind. The human body cannot withstand that. It can't. I don't care how much physical shape you in. It can't stand it. Because, you doing all this travel, you doing back-to-backs. This is an 82-game season. That's wear and tear on your body. I've had this debate with a lot of people, on social media. I had this had this discussion with, Too Raw for TV. Shout out to him. Subscribe to his channel. When he was on one of my live streams for the Last Dance, he just thought the Bulls, he thought the Bulls would at least win at least 7 out of 8. Because he thought if the Bulls would have came back in 99, they would have won. But they wouldn't have been able to come back with the same team. Excuse me. Because, as notoriously cheap as Jerry Reinsdorf has been, he was not going to bring that same team back. He was going to let some of those players go. So I definitely agree with you, Intelligence Cycle. Definitely agree. Definitely agree. Okay, just checking something here. Okay, and also tomorrow we got the college football playoffs kicking off. We got in the Rose Bowl, we got Alabama versus Notre Dame. Then in the Sugar Bowl, we got Clemson and Ohio State in last year's classic college football playoff rematch. Definitely can't wait to see how that how that turns out. To see who's going to play in the national championship on January 11th. I'm going to be doing the live stream for that game, so definitely hope all y'all come and join me for that. So, if y'all into college football, I want to know who y'all got winning those games tomorrow on New Year's Day. Can Notre Dame get the upset over Bama? Can Ohio State get their revenge over Clemson after they felt like they were cheated last year in the college football playoffs due to some calls from the refs? Ooh, excuse me. Yep, definitely want to know your thoughts. Also, if you would like to donate to this channel, you can donate via, if you're watching on YouTube, you can donate via Super Chat like Solo Dolo did earlier, or you could donate via Cash App or PayPal. Here's the Cash App cash tag, $ talking in grubbing. And here's the PayPal email address, talkinginGrubbing@gmail.com. Any donation you can give, I greatly appreciate it. Y'all donations go a long way to help me keep this channel going. Greatly appreciate y'all support. Miss Shalane, okay, you gonna ride with Notre Dame? You think Notre Dame's gonna do it? So who do you think will win the Sugar Bowl between Clemson and Ohio State, Miss Shalane? Yep, definitely want y'all thoughts on this college football, on these college football playoffs. Okay, OG, you say you got Bama. What about the Sugar Bowl between Ohio State and Clemson? had to check on something. But it's definitely going to be but these games are definitely going to be good for the college football playoffs. Can't wait to watch them, to see who plays in this upcoming year's national championship. Definitely think Ohio State has a great chance of knocking off Clemson. Now, I definitely got, y'all excuse me, sweating. Now, I definitely got Alabama beating Notre Dame. Now, a lot of people may think it's going to be a rout, but you never know. I think this could be a competitive game, especially if, Notre Dame comes in focus, but definitely think Bama will prevail in the end and play for the national championship. Yep, Sunday night is at 7:00. The season finale of Dinner and Sunday Night Football is going to be the Washington football team traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. About to say the Redskins. If Washington can knock off the Eagles, they'll be the NFC East champions and they'll be in the playoffs. If they don't, then they'll be sitting at home. Either the Cowboys or the Giants will be the NFC East champions. So that's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Now, I don't know if Alex Smith will be starting, but you got Chase Young, the young rookie defensive end from Ohio State. He's definitely having a pretty good rookie season so far. And also you got Jalen Hurts, who's definitely done wonders for the Eagles since they put him in the start. Well, made him the starting quarterback. So definitely can't wait to see that matchup. I know the NFC East is not the best division, but it's definitely been the most interesting. And the NFC East crown comes down to this game. So y'all definitely come join me Sunday night for the season finale of Dinner and Sunday Night Football. Can't wait to do that live stream to see who's going to be crowned the NFC East champ. But definitely can't wait to see what this year of 2021 will bring. Super user, you asked me who you got. What do you mean? Are you talking about for the college football playoffs? Or are you talking about for the Washington and Eagles game? Oh, okay. Oh, you asked me Washington Eagles. Um, right now it's tough to predict because the football team, they definitely got a pretty good defense, but Jalen Hurts, he's definitely been doing his thing since he's been inserted into the starting QB role. So right now, I can't predict. I have to really definitely look more at this matchup, and I'll definitely have my prediction on Sunday, super user. So tune in for that live stream at 7 o'clock. I'll have my prediction. But right now, I don't have one. This game is kind of too close to call. Because I definitely expect a very close game, right? Definitely a close game here. Because both of these teams are playing for something. Like I said, Washington, they're playing for the NFC East crown, while the Eagles definitely want to keep them out of that. So both of these teams are definitely going to be hungry and motivated, and they're going to bring it. They are definitely going to bring it Sunday night. But man, this week 17, definitely can't wait to see how this all, shapes up Sunday. Of course, you got my Browns. They're fighting for the playoffs. They knock off the Steelers. They're in. Also, still have the AFC South champion to be decided between the Colts and the Titans. They're both playing AFC South rivals. The Titans, they'll travel to Houston to take on the Texans, while the Colts will be playing the Jags at home. So who knows how that's going to turn out. But whichever team wins their game, they'll be the AFC South champs. But say if both of them are tied, then the Titans will automatically be the AFC South champions because they have the tiebreaker over the Colts due to a better division record. And the Colts could be on the outside looking in. And also, I learned today, Ryan Fitzpatrick tested positive for COVID. So he's out Sunday against the Bills in their season finale. So, that game even gets way more interesting there, because now they definitely going to have to rely on Tua to play a full 60 minutes. So, we're going to see if he can find a way to lead the Dolphins to the playoffs. Okay, super user, you lean towards the Eagles. Okay. All right, I got you. I understand. Definitely understand that. But come Sunday night, when I get on here for this live stream, we'll definitely have the playoff picture sorted out in the AFC and NFC. And all we got to do is just wait on the schedules to see when the playoff. Well, we know the playoffs are going to start, a week from Saturday, but we just got to know who's playing when and what time. Knocking on wood for the Browns. Super user, you say you got the Bills Sunday. You said they want the 2 seed. Well, wait a minute. I thought they had the second seed wrapped up already. But I definitely think the Bills are going to play their starters. Now, from what I'm hearing, the Steelers, they most likely, the Steelers, they're not playing their starters. Ben's not playing, Cam Hayward or TJ Watt, they're not playing Sunday against the Browns. Yeah, but I thought the Bills had the 2 seed wrapped up already. Maybe I got it wrong. Bishop Lane, you said go Browns. Definitely. Definitely. This is a great opportunity right here for the Browns to get this win over the Steelers and get into the playoffs. Just got to do it Sunday. Knocking on wood again. OG, you said, what's up with the Rams? Could they actually miss the playoffs? There's a good chance. Yeah, it's a chance they could miss the playoffs, but I don't think they will. I don't think they'll miss the playoffs. Hey, Deidre, how you doing? Happy New Year. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, but I'm about to get off of here in the next couple of minutes so I can watch the ball drop and ring in the new year, this 2021. Super User said Arizona will beat the Rams. They won't have golf Sunday. Oh wow, golf has a thumb injury. Oh man. So that definitely makes the playoff race more interesting in the NFC. A lot more interesting. So they're gonna be counting on old Blake Bortles to lead them to lead the Rams to the playoffs. Definitely gets more interesting. A lot more interesting. Very interesting. So after Sunday night, the NFL playoffs will be all set. We'll know who's playing who. We just gotta wait on the playoff schedule to come out to see when do all the playoff games start and when they will be kicking off. You know, wild card weekend kicks off a week from Saturday, and also it continues into Sunday. So we're gonna be finding out all these. Well, will these wild card games be played Saturday or Sunday? But like I said, after Sunday, late Sunday night, the NFL playoff picture will be decided once and for all, and we'll know who's playing who come wild card weekend. But I gotta get out of here, y'all. Thanks for joining me. You know, whether you were watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, I greatly appreciate it. You know, just for all of y'all coming in to talk about this 2020. You know, watch me. Well, you didn't watch me eat that much, but But still, I appreciate all y'all thoughts on this 2020 as well as what y'all expect for 2021. I definitely expect some things. Well, definitely expect some things for 2021, and definitely hope this year will be a lot better than it would. Well, than this 2020. Peace, Solo Dolo. You have a happy new year. Also, if you want to buy some official merch, you can buy it at teespring.com. There's the link. I'm selling t-shirts, face mask, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, and a lot more. And I'm going to be adding a few things for 2021, so be on the lookout for that. And also going to be coming with some new discounts as well. So y'all be on the lookout for those. I got some great discounts for 2021. All right, peace, intelligence cycle. Miss Shalana, everyone be safe and smart. See you all next year. Definitely. So, gotta get out of here, y'all. Thanks for joining me. I just feel blessed and honored that y'all tune into these live streams, tune into the videos, listening to the podcast. I'm grateful for your viewership and listenership, and I appreciate y'all support. So this is the final live stream of 2020. So until next year, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. QC out, and y'all have a safe and happy new year. See y'all next year.